Don't wanna test us. We ball hard, run around with the best. You gon' learn.
Welcome to the Relentless Podcast. I'm Tarrell Haney, head coach of the great Jacksonville University, home of the Relentless Women's Basketball Program. I'm joined again by the OG Kenny Brooks, head coach at Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, Virginia Tech, what they call it. And then the dynamic Tarrell Robinson, head coach at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical University. They call it North Carolina A&T. Now it's our pleasure to be joined by another OG in the game. Just finished his 20th season as head coach, 7th at the University of South Alabama, Coach Terry Fowler. Fellas, how we doing? Everybody good?
Right, great, man. Doing great.
Blessed,
Good,
man.
man.
Good.
Yep.
Definitely. So today we're going to start with you, Coach Brooks. Week 2 of workouts, man, coming to a close. I've learned a lot about my individual players. We've done some individual workouts. I've learned a lot about our individual players. So what have you learned about your team thus far, if anything?
First and foremost, man, we got a really good group. You got a lot of new players trying to implement into our culture. And the thing that I've learned about each and every one of them is that they're all willing and able to just abide by, our culture. They want to buy in. They want to get better. A lot of encouragement. They're encouraging each other. And probably the best thing is they're talented. We got some pieces. I'm really excited about their willingness to work, do the things they need to do. They're challenging us every day. We're trying to push them to the limits of what we can do. Obviously, the COVID-19's got us on some kind of restrictions.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing is I learned about them is, I learned about myself is I got to get in shape, man. I got to get in shape. I'm trying to do a little bit with them. And my best friend been all week has been the little foam roller.
Right.
Work out some of those kinks. But we got a great group. I knew that coming in, but, we've had 2 weeks to work with them. And they're all eager. They're willing. They're trying to push the limits. They want to get better. And that's all you can ask for as a head coach. Kids who are willing to do those things and great attitudes. And, you guys know as well as I do, when you go to practice and you got a big smile on your face because you're excited to work with that group. And then when you leave the workout and you're just as excited and happy and you got a big smile on your face, you got a really good group. And that's what we got here at Tech this year.
That's awesome. I know I've had the pleasure of these young women that's been in our program this summer. They've been amazing. And it's been the same. They want to come in and learn, and they want to come in and grow and get better. And every day they're coming in trying to get better. Like what happens in the summertime. Now this happens in the summer a lot, right? They come in the summer and everybody good to go, and it's rah and everybody. But then that playing time start to kick in when the season started. It might be
separation time.
Yeah, it's the separation time. But it's been good, man. I got a good group of young women, and they're growing. What about you, Coach Robinson? How's it been going?
It's been good, man. We got competitors. Like we've started this thing where we talk about who the best group is. Because we're going in groups of 3 groups of 4 and 1 group of 3, and
Okay.
we'll tell the previous group like, yo, they just brought the energy, man. They was communicating, they was hype, and so then they bring it, and it's like a domino effect. And it's good when they want that type of approval. They want that, knowing that they were the best group. You know what I'm saying? And we get to talking in our in our group meet, just kind of, recognizing the groups that get it done. Right now, our guard groups have been really good. They're really good. We're pretty young. So we know that there's a process, them understanding what's expected at this level. As far as intensity, as far as attention to detail, those things. We got 7 freshmen, but they're, they're working hard. They're doing in terms of, like Kenny talked about, based on what we can do right now. They're giving us their all. I'm proud of them.
Nice. So Coach Fowler, the OG's OG. That's what I call you. You the OG's OG. 7 seasons again at South Alabama. 7 seasons before that you did at North Alabama. So you the king of Alabama right now, right? Right?
Hey, retirement system.
I know that's right. Spring Hill College.
You got a plan. You got a plan.
You just racked up your 300th win this past season as a head coach. An amazing feat, man. Congratulations on that. Tell us a little bit about your journey, because it's unique in its own right, man. And I know I've had the pleasure of hearing your journey a little bit, but I want some more people to hear about that.
Yeah, I played in college, small college, graduated, went to work for the Internal Revenue Service for 6 years. I had a little part-time job on the weekends working for the Atlanta Braves on the grounds crew. The guy lived next door to me.
Wow.
His dad was a scout there, and they kind of worked there. Man, 6 years Internal Revenue Service decided that's definitely not what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
So I decided I'm gonna go to grad school and get my MBA in sports management, and I'm gonna come back and work for the Atlanta Braves and try to get in the front office.
Wow.
And it kind of set that up and talked to some people there. As I finished grad school, one of my good friends from back home, he's younger than I am. He's 4 years younger than I was. He gets the head job at Spring Hill College, and he asked me to come be his assistant. And again, had no intentions of coaching, never thought about it. Uh, and if it's girls basketball, and I'm like, what? Whoa, wait a minute. I don't mind coaching, but we're coaching girls. And then so I just talked to some people, said, do it for a year. And if you don't like it, try to get on the boys side or whatever. So I did it. I still wasn't sure. So that summer, after the season, I went and coached the boys AAU team, 16 and under. Man, we finished the end of July. I called my guy back. Have you hired anybody? Have you replaced me yet? He's like, nope. I said, man, I'm coming back if you'll take me. So he said, hey, come on back. So and I guess from there, the rest is history, I spent 5 years as an assistant with him at Spring Hill College. He leaves to take another job. I'm promoted, the head coach there. After our second season, we're 23-8. We win our conference, get to the NAI national tournament, and then I get a call from Coach Rick Petrie to come be his assistant at South Alabama. So I went there for 2 years, but I still had the itch to be a head coach, and
So Spring Hill is in Mobile with
it's in Mobile. Yeah, look, I just been riding up and down the street. Matter of fact, Spring Hill and South Alabama on the same street.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm just riding 2 miles up and down the street, and I'm riding up and down I-65. That's been my journey. So and after 2 years, I've still got the itch. A guy calls me. The men's coach at Spring Hill calls, hey, you want your job back? Because they had gone down after about 2 years. And so I said, I need this, this, and this. He said, I'm going to call you back. He'd go tell the AD. AD said, tell him, come on back. So I take the job and go there for 4 years. And in the meantime, I had met an associate AD at South Alabama. He's now the AD at North Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So he hires me to go up there with him. Spent 7 years there. 2 of the last 3 years we were there, we were in the Division II NCAA tournament. Now my athletic director, who left after the first year when I was at North Alabama, he's gone to a couple of places. Now he's back. He's the athletic director at South Alabama. Hires me down here to come here from North Alabama. And, I always tell people to never burn bridges because you never know you're going to come across again. And so that's kind of been my journey. We 7 years here. We 2 of the last 3 years we've had 20-win seasons, played in the WBI semifinals, played in the second round of the WNIT. Hey, trying to get there and get to the NCAA tournament, man. That's the goal.
Absolutely. So you guys did a little something different than a lot of than me, Coach Brooks, and Coach Robinson this summer. You didn't have any students on campus this summer, correct?
Correct. Our student athletes are here now, though.
Oh, they got there. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to go into workouts and things like that. Nice.
Yeah.
How have those been going?
They've been good. The difference is now our university is tied into hospital system. Our school owns two hospitals. So man, we're on calls with these epidemiologists, doctors everywhere. So our workouts have been mandated where, hey, we're working in, hey, it's one coach, one ball, and one player. They're just really trying to keep it down to that. That's kind of phase 2 of our program. We'll get into phase 3 here, hopefully in the next week or so, where we can have groups of 4.
Got it.
Coach. So it's been great. I mean, everybody's coming to work just like they're saying. And, our players have made the decision. It's a couple of things. We're going to show up every day, and we're going to work hard. And that's if we do those things, things will take care of themselves. But I'm like Coach Brooks, because we're doing one ball, one coach. I'm doing 3 hours back to back. I got to get in shape. Hey, man. That first 2-3 days, man, I couldn't even walk up the steps in our house. I was dying.
Man, I call myself preparing for it. I'm doing, I do my push-ups and my sit-ups and my stuff every night. So I call myself preparing. You know how you do your side push-ups? I'm on the side trying to get rid of my love handles. All of a sudden, I wake up in the morning and my hip is like, am I getting old? My hip is gone. So I go in the training room. I'm talking to my trainer like, listen, this ain't never happened before. I think I don't know what I did. So she pointing it, she touching it, it's tender, but I guess she gave me some type of ibuprofen, man, and after a couple of days it wore off, but I was in a rut myself. So you guys, I guess I ain't that far from it. You know what I mean? I got to make sure I get through it. Yep, I got to make sure I get that done. T-Rob, you put your group on a nice little campus run. We do something like that. We call it the Green Mile, right? Just to start. Yeah. How did that go, and where do you see that helping your group get acclimated to what you guys do?
Well, that was actually Coach Earp's idea. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To try to see where they were mentally, see what they've been doing during their time off. Mm-hmm. Just seeing where their conditioning was and see what their time was. And a lot of them hit a wall. We have a hill that starts to, about them hills, right? So all of them talked about them hills. Their time was good until they hit their hill. And once they got to the top of the hill, you had some walking, you had some skipping, you had some crawling, trying to get to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? But it just give you an idea of where they were, and to let them know that we are here to work. You know what I'm saying? But we wanted to see where their mentality was.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How did your group come back as far as shape is concerned, Coach Brooks?
Well, it was a point of emphasis that we were going to bring them back slow, a lot slower than we normally would. So we sent them workouts. They had to do them on themselves. Obviously, some kids had more access to gyms and whatnot than others did.
Right.
So we were going to just make sure they came back and just really talked about technique more so than anything else. Started off very, very slow, trying to get them, get their bodies back. We've done a really good job. My strength coach is tremendous. He's been with me I've been a head coach for 18 years. He's been with me for 17 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the only time that I didn't have him was one year I was at JMU, and Terry Williams called me from Auburn, and she had a tremendous opportunity for him. And I told him, I said, look, man, you got to go. He was so good for us, very instrumental in all our success. Mm-hmm. You got to go. But I told Terry, I said, look, if I ever get a BCS job, I'm coming right back after. And she started laughing. The very next year, I got the job. His loyalty, to me, to our programs, has been tremendous. He's had overtures, man. He could have been an NBA. He could have been an NFL. There's a lot. So he brought them back, and really just talked about technique with them, starting them off slow. This thing is going to be a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. And, trying to incorporate the new kids into it all. So we were very pleased with the way they come back. Mm-hmm. We haven't done, a lot of campus runs. They've done a couple, here and there. Our workouts have been basically, half court stuff. I'm a little envious. I watch T-Rob out there, and they got defense. They rotating, they running.
They already set.
You know how sometimes when you're eating a big cheeseburger, but somebody else eating a salad, you think you just to be healthy. I'm all offense. They got defensive rotations down and all that kind of stuff. So, but we've been taking it at our own pace. Just kids. We really feel like their mental is as important as their physical. And, just having them in the gym, being around each other, being around the coaches, giving them some instruction, they're in their happy place right now. So that was really important for us, just to get to their mental as much as their physical, and just having them in the gym has been something that's really been helping them.
And with us being in, untouched territory right now with the pandemic, their mental is probably the most important right now. Like we don't know if when the season is going to start. So we don't know if they don't need to be in great shape right now. And I talked to my staff about that the other day. They don't need to be in great shape physically right now. They need to be in great shape physically and mentally in March. You know Absolutely. What I mean? So like that's the big piece that I own in, especially with my staff and with our players. We can ease them in and we can get them going and just getting their mental right and them understanding our culture and our concepts, I think is the most important. So NBA and WNBA seasons have begun. WNBA started regular season games first, and some teams look really good out of the gates. I know I watched a couple games this weekend. I told y'all what Kennedy Carter did to me at Texas A&M, right? And she did it again. What are you guys' thoughts on or surprises opening up both seasons, NBA or the WNBA?
Well, I'm gonna say this: some teams look good and some teams look bad too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was some lopsided victories, and I didn't realize, like I was looking at the Liberty, how young they were. You know what I'm saying? They had a really young team. You know what I'm saying? But it's just great to have basketball back, man. It is great. It is great. I've yet to be able to. Well, actually, I'm glancing over here watching a little bit of NBA, right now. But it's to be able to be in the gym with basketball and then to go home and watch it I'm in heaven right now.
Absolutely. What about you, Coach Fowler? What you think?
I agree. I didn't move Saturday. I was waiting for those WNBA games to get going. It was good to see Sabrina Ionescu bounce back from, her start on Saturday. They have a big game yesterday, but man, I had the pleasure of going to three WNBA games last year. Okay. And I just think, man, players don't understand how talented those young ladies are. They don't understand the size, the skill level. And I mean, they're the best. They're the world's best. And that's the toughest job in professional sports, because it's only 144 positions. Right. You got to be one of the best. And I just think they don't get the credit that they deserve. And until you see one of those games live, you'll never appreciate it. The NBA restart, hey, you can't say enough about that. Just ready for that to get going, that game tonight, the Lakers and the Clippers, I'm ready to see that one, man. So just looking forward to live sports, man. Never thought about the impact that live sports has on you, man. I mean, you can watch a replay. You remember that was a good game. You know the outcome. It's not the same. I mean, live sports is everything. I think we understand that now. And like Coach Rob said, hey, to be back in the gym, I mean, to see it and then now you're a part of it too. There's nothing like that ball bounce.
No, not at all. Not at all. What'd you see, Coach Brooks?
I tell you what, I just like you guys, I sat there and I watched it. I don't think the WNBA, they get enough credit. I don't think our kids give them enough credit. Because they don't. How many times have you heard your kids say, I want to go to WNBA? Yeah. Right? But they don't watch the WNBA. They don't see those players and how good they are. And it's like Coach Fowler said, that's the hardest job to have in the country because it's so very few of them. And you know what? You got Sue Bird at 39 playing the way she playing. She not
look.
You're not going nowhere.
I was looking at her thinking the same thing. I'm like, she is still killing.
So when my kids come up and they say, I want to make the WNBA, I quiz them. Tell me what you know about the WNBA. Tell me who was on this team. And you know what? We probably, as male coaches, we're probably guilty of it too. When we make a lot of references, sometimes we make references of old school men's players that we talked about. I was trying to teach my kid a hook the other day. I said, you know who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is? Maybe I should be saying, Sylvia Houses, something like that. Right. Give it the credibility that it deserves, So I'm watching, and just like you guys, I'm a fan, and I'm a fan of good basketball. So when I watch Seattle, if Seattle is on, I'm watching. Okay.
Mhm.
Who else I really like is Chicago.
Chicago is really
Mhm.
good. They really good.
Mhm.
You look at some of them, my big disappointment is Phoenix. I mean, come on, man, y'all got a big three, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it just goes to show you, you got Diana Taurasi, you got Brittany Griner, you got Skylar Diggins, and you can still get beat by 25. That means some good players in this league.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited, just like you guys, man, just to have live. I'm excited about it. I've been glued to it, watching it. I'm a Dodgers fan. That's been hard for me to watch. No fans. That's kind of hard.
You see
You
the
know.
cardboard fans up at the baseball game?
I love it, I'm excited. I'm excited for live sports and to be able to watch it.
Man, it was for about, like for maybe 2 months, man. ESPN got no play at my house,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't nothing on,
Me too.
right?
Me
So
too.
it's now stuck on that channel, and my wife watching her stuff, and I'm like, I gotta go read a book or something, man, because I couldn't do it. But in any event, I'm also excited about live sports being back, and the players in the WNBA, they make it, and that's what pros do, right? They make it look easier than it really is, right? And I talked to my players today about just learning control and being under control, and how those players in the WNBA, they're not gonna let anybody rush them. They're not gonna do anything. They're gonna be under control. They're gonna finish plays. They're gonna see the game before they actually make the play. They're gonna see it first. So like just trying to teach them that has been really good, and then having dialogue with them. Like when those games came on, you got to remember, like my group, a lot of the girls in my group, a lot of the young women in our program, they watched those games this weekend. So they got a chance to, we were on our group chat and just having dialogue about it, man. And it was good. It's good. And now, like Kenny, like you talked about, it's something that we can reference, and it's a connection that we can have with our players. So that's good as well. Terry, you just got a recruit out of my state, I might add, right?
Yeah.
Congrats on that. We talked about a little bit the other day about the recruiting landscape and how this summer is different than any other summer we've had recruiting. Elaborate a little bit about that, about what we talked about, and how the landscape has changed.
Yeah. We were talking. The 21 and the 22 class, I think going to be the most underevaluated classes ever. Just especially this 21 class, but both classes, just depending on how much this goes along. And programs are the same. It's going to go both ways. I think coaches, we going to make some mistakes, and some players going to make some mistakes. I mean, and if they go with this one-time transfer deal, who knows what's going to happen next year? I mean, who knows what's going to happen when that thing breaks loose? And so, you've got to trust the people that are around you. You got to trust people that know those kids, and hopefully you making the right decision, and they're making the right decision, because it's truly about trying to have a fit. But our coach is panicking, our players panicking. Who knows? I mean, it's just we're in uncharted waters. We've got 5 scholarships. We got 4 commitments already. I mean, now these were kids other than the one we just got from you that we had been on. So we're excited when we got them early.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I think when you talk about underevaluated, I agree. But I agree, because you got film where you can watch the kids, and we got these live streams that's going on. But I'm talking about the evaluation piece on that kid as a person, and that kid character-wise. And like you can't go to the with a 22 right now. You won't be able to go to the cafeteria and talk to the cafeteria lady and find out what type of person she is. You know what I mean? You find that out later on in the process. So I think that's going to be a key piece as well. What about you, Rob? What you think about this landscape, man?
I think it has its pros and cons, man. Like you may mess around and the kid fall in your lap just because of the panic of what's going on. And I think the circumstances are different in regards to how far ahead of you in the process of knowing the kid. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's where, like Coach Fowler said, and congratulations too, 421 commitments. I'm pretty sure y'all were ahead of the curve. You knew you had 4 scholarships available.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And these kids, you know, some of them are panicking. Some of these AAU coaches are panicking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure y'all are getting just as much emails as me as film. I'm like, damn, I can't watch all these games. You know what I'm saying? Who's recruiting them? You know, let me evaluate like that. Is Virginia Tech recruiting? Okay, yeah, I want them. I like them. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, like I you know, I agree with Coach. There are going to be some mistakes made, but there are also going to be some people that are going to take advantage of this because of, you know, people panicking for that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity to get a free education. I hope we get lucky, you know, in regards to that. And I agree with you. You know, the character piece is important. For us, this is going to be a long process unless, you know, they're that special. You know, I'm telling my staff, we're going to take our time. We're going to take our time and make sure that we get the right person, the right fit. Because that's important right now, especially if the transfer rule, you know, goes into place.
Yeah. Coach Brooks.
Tell you what, man, it's like sometimes playing with fire. Sometimes you play with fire and you don't get burnt, you know, you keep on doing it. And the way the landscape has changed, you know, I'm old school. You know, me and Coach Fowler, we're old school where we talk about, it used to be, we wouldn't offer a kid a scholarship until they came on their official visit.
Right.
You know, and you know, you see how the visit went. And then it was like, maybe I'm going to offer them, maybe I'm not going to offer them, depending on how you dealt with the players and, you know, the staff, everything. And I've had situations where I didn't offer a kid after they came on an official visit. And now with the way the landscape of recruiting is, you got to almost offer to have the second conversation.
Absolutely.
Third conversation. And we as coaches, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I think we as coaches, we've done that. We've gotten used to putting that offer out because, you know, the kid ain't going to always take it. They mainly just want to put it on Instagram. You know, I got an offer from, you know, such and such. But that allows you to start the process. And then what happened, man, this pandemic hit, this COVID hit, then all of a sudden kids start panicking like T-Rob said. And now you might get caught because, okay, that kid is like, hey, I want to come. And now you like, oh, wait, I really wanted to see you play this spring. You know, or, you know, and you're trying to backpedal. Now you're caught because it puts you in a predicament, puts you in a predicament with the AAU coach. And because now you're forced to make a decision before you really can invest and see how this kid played in the summer. Is this kid going to be a good fit for us? Did she duplicate that in the summertime, what she did in the spring?
Right.
You know the kid, and I tell you, man, it just changed, and it was like had you backpedaling a little bit. You had to try to figure out because, and also what hurt us is like we're just now seeing what our freshmen can do. Right. You know? We're just now seeing what they can do. You know, normally you had all summer to be able to figure it out. You know, your freshman last year who hadn't played a lot. Okay, how much have they improved from March to June? Exactly. All right. Sometimes you like, yeah, they got potential. Sometimes you like, man, that ain't gonna work. I got to go ahead and, you know, try something else. And we didn't have that period. So it's really changed the landscape. Just like, you know, both the other coaches said, I think there's going to be, so you're going to hit some home runs. Some of them you're going to strike out on. And now you got to deal with it because that rule is coming. That rule is coming.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope they get through the handshake line because you go through the handshake line and somebody trying to, you know, recruit somebody.
Body snatch. That's what I call it. They body snatch from me.
Hey, and look, you know, one more thing to everybody's point, the thing that I'm more excited about because, and Haney, Coach Fowler, y'all can really, you know, understand is you're following that kid and you know that kid is pretty good. And damn it, they play well at that one tournament and damn Kenny Brooks reaches out just to see how they doing. Just to see how they doing, not to offer them. And then that just took your process 2 months to see what Kenny Brooks is gonna do. That is not going on right now.
Right.
So that's an advantage. That's an advantage.
That's the advantage.
It definitely is. It definitely is. They can't.
That's what's opened that door for you to get a home run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they can also swoop in. Like we had one swoop in, and all of a sudden, just like it's happened to everybody, somebody swoop in and boom, right? It's over. Now you're going to number 2. So it just how it works.
And this live stream stuff got me, man, because I got to come to my office because if I'm on the couch, man, I done missed damn 2 games.
Right. Right. Went to the refrigerator, man, and next thing you know, you done missed the shit out the game again.
Don't let me eat something.
I was self-proclaimed. I got
Hey, the good news is you can get the replay though.
Yeah.
That's the good news.
For a fee, I might add. Right? So, T-Rob, talk about the life of a head coach, man. Pre-game rituals. What go on the day of a game, man? Walk us through a game day for us.
For me personally or the team?
You personally.
Home or away?
Let's say you guys are you're at Norfolk State.
At Norfolk State. Man. Well, all my mornings start with getting up early and working out.
Okay.
And that's kind of my time to process, to rethink the game plan. I'm a deep thinker, man, and I'm very analytical as far as my approach with my group and what we're going to talk about and what we're going to review. And did I miss something, in scout? After that, I obviously get a good meal. We normally have film early in the morning, before shoot around. A lot of times our conference foes give us the earliest shoot around.
Exactly, of course. Of course.
So you go to that shoot around, and then when we get back, again, I am big on preparation. We'll watch film again.
Okay.
We'll talk about our game plan, and then we'll give them, because this is something that I've learned, man. And you guys tell me, I hate players that come to the bus sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't gotten enough sleep. I'm like, oh hell, we ain't about to get nothing out of them. You know what I'm saying? So we give them, an hour or 2 to kind of decompress. Mm-hmm. And then once they get on that bus, it's focused, and we gotta get it done. You know what I'm saying? We get there everywhere we go. We try to get there 2 hours early to stretch and get shots up and maybe review something that we didn't get to do and shoot around. Because in our conference, you may get an hour, you may get an hour and a half, you may get 30 minutes of shoot around time.
Right.
It's a very competitive league.
Right.
So we'll get there early. We'll get there early and try to just, maybe if there's a set that I want to review, make sure it's baseline out of bounds, so on and so forth, get comfortable. During that time, I'll text my staff and let them know what I want. And I love music, man. I'll stay on the bus once they get off, and I'll kind of zone out, listen to my gospel, whatever gets me focused. And then I walk into the locker room about an hour, 45 minutes before the game. My assistant coaches, I always let them know what to put on the board. I have horrible handwriting, man. I learned after my 3rd year, just stop doing it. You got people that you pay, let them do that shit, man. Excuse me, let them do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So then I go in. Is that spelled right? That's what I want. All right. And then the team comes in and we go to work, man.
Nice. What about you, Coach Brooks? Walk us through a day.
All right, I'll take the home. I'm boring on the road.
Okay.
I'll take it home. I get up leisurely. I come in the office, and usually on game day, I'm a loner. So I come in the office, and I'll shut my door, and pretty much the people know. They know only if it's important, knock on his door. Otherwise, it's not. And I'll just watch film, man. Sometimes the film is watching me, but most of the time I'm watching film. Is it something that I need to pick up on? Is it something? Do they call timeouts during this time? Do they change their defense after certain things? You need to watch it. And what I like to do too is I'm a big workout guy, in a different sense than what Tarrell is. He works himself out. I like to work my players out.
Oh.
So during the day, I might take 2 or 3 of them, and they might come over, in the middle of the day or before we have our shoot around, and we'll get maybe 15, 20 minutes either on the floor, and we'll go over some shots they might get against a particular defense.
Nice.
Or I know that, hey, I'm going to run this set a lot today, so I might bring my 2 guards. She's going to be the recipient of it, and we'll work on some of her footwork to catch, shoot, and do some things like that. So I usually have about 2 or 3 of those a day. Helps me keep my mind off of too much stuff in the office. I go home. We pregame. I go home. My ritual. A lot of things come to me in the shower. It's when I do your thing, but then I was sitting there like 45 minutes in a shower, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we hadn't ran this play in a while. I get out, and that's when I can think real clear. Me and my wife drive over. I come to the office, and one of the silliest things I do, man, is when I walk across our practice gym to get to our main floor, I had to pick up a basketball and I roll it to see if close I can get it to the ball rack. If I get real close without hitting it, we're gonna have a good day.
I like that.
I'm superstitious.
Right.
I try to do all that kind of stuff. So then I get over there, and unlike Tarrell, I write all the scout on the board.
Okay.
I put everything on the board. I put everything on the board because it helps me refresh. The assistants do the scout, but it helps me to know number 3 is a shooter. It helps me know the kid's name, their tendencies, what we're trying to do. It gives me a chance to talk to the kids. I can either lighten the mood, or I can let them know that we're going to be really serious, but I really set the tone for what we're going to try to do. The main thing it does is it helps me. So I'm a stress ball before the game, but all those things help me in my routine. And I try not to do the, hey, I'm not going to wear this suit because we got a butt kick last time I wore this suit.
Man.
Hey, but I do know. I know what socks I wore when we played well, and but I try not to know that stuff. But that's my home ritual.
Man, I'm. If I wore them socks and we got popped, we ain't wearing them socks. We're not doing it. Coach Fowler, talk to us about your routine, man.
Just about Coach Brooks right there talking about the suit. It's not me worried about wearing the suit. It's my assistants. Don't you wear that all black again. You're always doing that. They telling me what to do. Okay, I get it. Look, I'm more a little bit laid back on it because I don't want to be stressed out about it. I need to have some free flowing in my mind, but I'm like Coach Brooks. I'm watching that film, and I'm just looking for that last little edge I can give our team. Really trying to figure, hey, here's a tip off to something, and try to give that to them. But on the road, man. So I'll take on the road since we had everybody's taking one. Hey, it's at the hotel. We're up. It's breakfast. Then I'm going back to the room. I'm going to watch some film before we go to shoot around. We're going to have our team watch film and shoot around as well. And then as we go over, our shoot around is more relaxed. It's more relaxed than a lot of people's. It's like, I don't want to get mad. It's not about them. I don't want them pissing me off. Okay, you're not ready. You ain't. So we're gonna shoot. We're gonna have guard post breakdown. We're gonna have some competitive shooting drills. We're gonna script our first 3 plays we may want to do.
Got it.
We go over the other team's baseline and sideline, and then we got the half court shot. We're gonna shoot that kind of end it. But I'm trying to not get mad at shooting. So it's more a relaxed deal. And on weekends, we don't take a shoot around on the road if it's an afternoon game.
Okay.
We won't take that 7:30, 8 o'clock shoot around. I think sleep's more important, so we won't do that. But I'm writing the notes down because that's a refresher. I'm just kind of regurgitating everything. Basically, just regurgitating the scout. That's all. I'm big on the pregame motivation speech. Personally, I don't like. I'm like, it doesn't do anything. I'm like, that is only going to get us so far to the first media timeout, But what I've gotten response back to the players when I don't bring something, Coach, so now I got to bring it. So I told one of my players, I said, man, I got to bring 30 of these. And then you know what they told me? The preacher got to bring 52 of them.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So I'll spend that time even in the summertime trying to figure out things I want to say but spend time on that, trying to figure out what's something to get them going. And hey, I'm defensive minded, so I'm looking for all that kind of stuff on the defensive end of the floor. But that's a typical thing. I'm trying to stay as stress free. I'm not trying to check my emails because we all know any day, let alone game day, you check your email, your whole day's blown.
It's over.
Or that one phone call, something's happened in academics, the AD, something's happened, and your whole day's gone. And so I try to stay away from that stuff in the morning time so we can, think about the game when we're at home. But on the road, it's more of a laid back, relax. Let's go. And I play. We want them loose.
Yeah, and we have a interesting situation in our home games. Like T. Rob, we share a gym with men's basketball, and we share a gym with volleyball as well. So we have our shoot around, and then you got classes, and we don't have a lot of class offerings. So you got classes. So when we get up, and we may have shoot around at 8 a.m. So our shoot around might be 8 a.m. at home. So we'll do an 8 a.m. shoot around at home. We'll do in the shoot around, we'll make sure we get a guard post situation going just to get them going and up in the morning. And then we'll go into our defensive game plan. We'll do baseline out of bounds stuff to make sure we're not getting, caught on anything like that defensively. And then we'll do our defensive breakdown. And then we go over some of the actions and some of the plays that we're going to try to attack them with at the tail end, and then we shoot. I think just getting them mentally prepared and them seeing shots go in the basket helps a little bit. It helps me. I know when I see shots going in, they making shots. It helps me. So I know that helps them as well. And then I'll go home, and then I'll come back before the game, and I'll go, when I go home, I'll watch some film, and then I'll come back before the game with my suit and everything. And about 6 o'clock, we'll go in, and I'll write the scout and the things that's on the board. Like you said, Coach Brooks, my assistants do the scout, but I'll go over the scout with them, but I'll also go over some of the things that I saw. And then we'll go into pregame, and then I like to walk out there like with maybe 4 minutes on the clock. I'm down there going, I'm antsy downstairs. I'm just walking, pacing before every game, but we get there and we get the tip, and it's on and popping from there. But that's kind of my routine at home games. Away games is when I really get a chance to, like I might do a jog in the morning, because in our conference, they might be a little bit better. They give us 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock shoot arounds. You know what I mean? Not no 7 a.m.s like they do y'all, T-Rob. But 6 a.m. 6 a.m. but in any event, that's really my day, especially for home games. So that's good. That's good. A lot of people have different things that they do going into games, man, and it's good to hear some of you guys' rituals. And them socks, man. If I'm wearing them socks and we lost, might wear trash them.
That bothers me too, man. If I remember it, like, damn, when I wore this, we got our butts handed to us. I'm gonna change the belts. I'm gonna do this.
I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday, but I know exactly what socks I was wearing.
Absolutely. So, all right, fellas. All right. We were all young. We all did our thing, right? Let's talk about my dude Lou Williams. Stepped out the NBA bubble, right? Stepped out the NBA bubble, right? Take care of some family issues, right? Got caught. They caught him at Magic City grabbing some wings. He just getting some wings, man, right? At Magic City grabbing some wings. Might I add, listen, Lou Williams has his own flavor wings at Magic City, so he's a regular on the wings there. What I think is it just goes to show that the era we're in as a society, right? Like nothing is private anymore, right? You can't walk down the street and you can't shake the iPhone camera. Like the camera is everywhere. And with all of you guys being in all of us being in a position of notoriety, they're gonna catch a pick, right? And it's something I tell my players all the time, right? I tell my players all the time that you guys are in a situation where you are you're a known face and a known. So if you out and you're not in the right situation, you may get caught up in some stuff. So what are your thoughts on the situation and the times we're in, Coach Brooks? Tell me about that.
Well, first and foremost, if there was a such thing as a time machine, and when I was 20 years old and they put me in today's day, I'd have been done. You know,
Right.
my famous response back when I was 20, 25 years old wasn't me.
Exactly.
And you know what? And you couldn't prove it. It was my word against whoever else's word.
Question.
About that. But just like you said, man, it's different times. And you know, sometimes you got to fault society, but also you got to fault, you know, the player. Come on, Lou. You know, you can't take a picture. Right. It's okay there, but you can't wear the gear you just got issued in the bubble. Trying to take a picture. You know, look, I mean, it's one thing if somebody snapped a shot of you and it maybe looked a little blurry and you could have been, but you posed for the picture. So that wasn't very smart.
That wasn't.
For me, I'm happily married, love my family, and I'm glad that I'm at the stage that I am, that I don't want to go out. You know, I don't want to go out. You know, sit me in front of TV with a good show or NBA and, you know, family around. I'm good. I got my 3-year-old granddaughter with me right now, and I watched Frozen 12 times the last 2 days, and I'm good. And but like, you know, I got a brother. My brother lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
And so when I go recruiting, he's always like, you know, we always have a good time. We go spawn divots. We get something to eat. You know, he takes me all these places. And, you know, he's a little bit younger. He's single. So he's like, you want to go to Magic City? And I'm like, I can't go in there. I can't go in there because one snapshot, then all of a sudden, you know, the whole thing. So, you know, for me, you know, I don't put myself in that predicament. I don't put myself in that situation, nor do I want to. But I think a lot of it, the way society is and the times, I won't dare put myself in that situation, you know. So it's definitely different, man. But, you know, guys just got to be wise, man. It's just.
Exactly. Talk to us a little bit about your thoughts too, Rob.
Man, look, my alma mater is known for the greatest homecoming on earth, G-Ho, right? I have not enjoyed G-Ho since the year before I took this position, right? Like it was just that serious. Now, the year before I took this position, I might have been like Lou, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But once, you know, you step into a place of leadership, you know, you're held to a certain standard, and this guy's a millionaire. He's making all this money. The least you can sacrifice, you know, to have a season and to protect everyone is staying in that bubble and not going, you know, we say the wings, they got some Lou Williams wings, and I love Lou.
Wings,
dude is a walking bucket. But you gotta be better than that, man. You gotta be better than that, and you gotta accept the criticism for your mistakes, man.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like Kenny. I don't want to. I don't have a need to. And that is even like for me. That is even because, you know, back when I was an assistant coach and we went out in July recruiting, and it was like, what's going on next? What's going on? You know, and you're waking up early. Now I'm like, man, I'm not doing that mess.
Right.
I'm going to my hotel room. You know, I'm going to actually follow my entire recruiting schedule, and then I'm going to give me something to eat, take my butt to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like the positions that we're in, that we were held to a high standard. The same way our leader, nation's leader right now, is held on a lot of scrutiny and criticism for everything that comes out of his mouth and what he does. You know, it's the same thing when you know, in the position that we have and we're representing this university. Yeah, but I think Lou made a horrible mistake, man. He gets paid too much. Yeah. You know, and his life is too good to be that selfish. That's just my opinion.
I got you. Coach Fowler.
Yeah, no, agree with everything that's been said so far. And I think the one thing for us is, hey, the four guys on this screen, we got an extra
Absolutely.
thing to hold.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because if one of us gets out, it's one down. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I take that with extreme pride. That,
Mm.
I tell people all the time, listen, I'm gonna lose my job because we lost, not because of anything else. That's it. I'm not going. We're not gonna have any of that. I think it's the same stuff with the Final Four. You can't go through the things at the Final Four that maybe when we were assistants you could go do. You can't do that
Right.
because everybody's watching you. So and so I think we have a big part that we have to hold up to. And I think, like I said, the four of us on this screen is a little extra because we may not get another chance.
Man.
So I take this extremely, extremely serious.
And one of the things that, even when I was an assistant coach, man, that I took to heart, I understood that too, right? As an assistant coach, like I knew like it wasn't that many of us, right? So because it wasn't that many of us, I gotta make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's in every way that I can be. And a lot of, especially like a lot of the younger guys that that I talk to and associated with, I just tell them, man, that you got to be better than your counterparts. You got to be better than them in every aspect. Your scout can't come up where it's not right, right? You got to be better than. You just have to be better because, like you said, Coach Fowler, opportunity don't come along again. So you just got to make sure that you cherish the opportunity, whatever the opportunity is, and be the best at that. Like I don't understand, and I struggle with people who get opportunities that look like us and in the situations that we're in, and they take them for granted, right? And I just struggle with that. So that's huge that you said that, and that's a great point, Coach Fowler. Like we're almost. I was telling T. Rob the other day, they trying to make us extinct. You know what I mean? Like he trying to make us like the dinosaur, like a T-Rex. We not a T-Rex. I mean, I did it yesterday. I did a little of the landscape, and right now the 354 NCAA Division I schools is 3% of us. 3%, and that's including the HBCUs. So it's a when you look at it, it's just you're blessed to be in the situation that you're in,
Absolutely.
and you have to make sure that you cherish it and do what you can to be the best at it.
Exactly. On your point, man, and the four of us on the screen, and there are many, there are a few others. There's a big movement right now where, and rightfully so, where women empowering women. Right. I got three daughters. Who I want them to have every opportunity in the world. All right. So I'm all for that. But I think this gives us an opportunity, us four and a few others. It gives us an opportunity for, even Black men empower Black men. And the way we do that, we might not have as strong a voice. We might not have a stronger voice, man, but we got to make sure we represent and we do our best. And not just by winning and losing, not just by winning games, because we all win games. We all win games. And we might not get those same opportunities that are presented to some of our counterparts who win the same amount of games. But we got to continue doing that, man. We got to continue doing that. And just like you guys said, sometimes we got to be a little bit better. And being a little bit better, not just on the court, but how we conduct ourselves and how we go out so that we can help the next generation. Because it's a lot of good coaches, man.
Absolutely.
A lot of good coaches, and a lot of we're just as influential as anybody else. When you look at the nuclear family, you want to have that father figure. How many of your kids love it? You're like a father figure to them.
Exactly.
We need that. We need that. So I'm all for the women empowering women, and hey, I'll support it. I'll stand by it. I'll give you my voice for it because I'm all for it. But we can't forget about our little black boys. We can't forget about our black men who need the same opportunities. And don't judge me or discredit me because I'm a women's basketball coach. I chose to be a women's basketball coach. I've had opportunities. I've had men's jobs offered to me while I've been at JMU and here. I don't want them. I don't want them. I'm where I want to be. So don't punish me because I'm where I want to be. I think I can really help women's basketball. I think I can help a lot of women by, offering up knowledge that I know of. And at the same time, we got to go out, man. We got to be good. We got to be better than normal so that we can help the next generation of black males who want to be women's basketball coaches because it's a difference. It's just Coach Fowler said. I mean, it gave me chills when he said it. I want to coach women's basketball. I don't want to coach women's basketball. I like the women's game. And I choose to do so. So we got to be great, man, so that we can empower the next generation of black males who want to be women's basketball coaches.
Exactly. That's awesome, man. When we go to a AAU tournament and we go to watch a lot of these high school games, especially like the AAU tournaments, you look at who's coaching them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's that's who they're looking to, and at times that's their father figure, right? Especially to a lot of the young women here. So you guys all have great points, man.
And one more thing, Dee, I don't want to cut you off, but I don't want to come across, and none of us do, like give us jobs, give us these opportunities.
Right.
We just want the same opportunities, just like what we're facing with the social injustices. We as black people, that's all we want is to be treated equal. We don't want to be treated better. We ask better. We asking for the same opportunities that you give good people. And don't discredit us because of the color of our skin. Us as black male coaches, we're just asking for the same opportunities because we feel like that we can influence, the game just as positively as anybody else. Not better. I'm not saying we better, just give us opportunity. And if our record and our resume says that we deserve it and that we're better, okay, give us that same shot. All right. And let's not try to keep division in what we're doing because we're all here for the kids.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here.
That's good stuff, Kenny. That's good stuff, man.
Definitely. All right, guys, we play a little game. I'm going to ask each one of you guys this today. I'm going to ask each one of you guys, is this a skill or is this a talent? Right? So I had this debate with my staff today, and we talk about different aspects of the game. And is it skill? Is it something that can be developed, or is it just a talent? All right. And we'll start with you, Coach Brooks. The layup, skill or talent?
Oh man, it's a skill because some of my kids don't have it. I don't know how they miss it. And now I'm teaching. Hey, let's lay it up.
Right.
Because they're all talented kids. They all should have it. So I gotta say skill.
Okay. What about you, Coach Rob? Skill or talent? The layup.
Nah, I agree with Kenny because I've seen some on the highest level throw that thing over the backboard. You know what I'm saying? Cheated by the shot clock. You know what I'm saying?
So a skill is something that you work on and you can get better at. A talent is something like, you just have it, right?
And that is speed. That's explosiveness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the gift, but that skill is that touch. And them backboards be hurting. But yeah.
Coach Fowler.
Oh, it's a skill, no doubt. I mean, you think about it, man. Like you said, like Coach Ross said, it's the highest level. You watching the game, like, how did they miss it? And it's NBA, WNBA, it's a skill.
Hey, it makes me feel good about some of my practices, man. I'm like,
right,
all right,
everybody,
okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why that was the first question, because I just got out of a workout.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know what you guys thought, because I think, and I'm going to be, I think it's a talent. I think there's some people that just finish plays. right? And I think you can get better at making layups, but I think there's some people like we've had a young lady that don't miss, right? That don't miss layups. You don't know how she do it. She just don't miss. And she just got a touch around the basket. Now, maybe that was developed as she was playing, right? But she had never been like coached or anything like that. She just know how to put the ball in the basket. So I think it's a talent, but it is also something that you can get better at skill-wise. So that's good. All
So
right.
it's both.
Basically.
You ain't gonna try to sneak that in.
The pull-up jump shot. Coach Fowler, the pull-up jump shot.
Ooh, man. I'm gonna play your role. I'm gonna say it's a talent because that. Now I've seen guys. We had a guy when I was in North Alabama on the men's team.
Okay.
He didn't miss it. He didn't miss the pull-up jumper. Big money game, money shot. He was gonna make it. But I also saw him, 2-3 days a week make 500 of them. Where he worked on it. But dude, he had it. He had that talent. He was a pull-up jumper machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like a layup. Okay, so his pull-up was a layup.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that's just talent because some people just ingrained to shoot that pull-up jumper. That's just they figured out that's their niche as they grow up playing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Coach Rob, my fault. Coach Rob, what you got?
Coach Fowler, you just tried to pull a Haney, man. And you said layup. A little while ago, you said layup. Hey, I'm a good listener now.
I caught myself. I was hoping you guys didn't catch it, but I caught it. I said, dang it, I just said a layup was a skill. All right, man. I get one.
So I say the shooting is the skill, but that agility, that explosion to be able to stop and pop, that's the talent. That's the talent.
Got it.
The shooting is a skill, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach Brooks.
But you just answered both ways. Look, I thought one thing on this shoulder, then I had a different thought. Y'all are
confusing.
You know what?
Yeah.
Think of it. I'm just gonna pick one.
Right.
Nah, but you know what? It is. I mean, there's some talented kids, man. There's some talented kids who are just able to knock that down, and that makes us wonder why. Why can she make it but she can't? So that's where it makes it a talent. I'm doing what y'all doing. I'm doing both. but the skill comes in. Can you do it consistently? That's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's it. You got it. You hit it on the head.
Haney, you either gonna have to come up with a new game or something.
I know.
We're gonna play both ways.
Playing both sides.
Look. No, we talking about the type of player we want.
I know.
We need skill and talent.
Talk to us about the handles, man. The handles, T-Rob. The handles. Is that natural? Do you learn? Is that a skill or like that? I'm not talking about basic being able to bring the ball down the floor handles. I'm talking about somebody that got it on a string, right?
Oh man. Damn it, man.
All right.
We right back to square one. We right back to square one. That's both, man. That's both.
Okay.
That's both. That's a skill, but you got some that are very talented with that skill.
Out the womb. You got them coming out the womb handling that thing, man. You know what I mean?
Like you just talking about Kennedy Carter. Like that thing it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Kenny had one this year with some pretty good handles.
Josh Cole.
Yeah.
Man, string.
Fast.
Yeah.
What you think, Kenny?
Let me go before Coach Fowler messed me up.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let the point guard go.
I'm gonna say talent. All right, because I can handle the rock. I can do a lot of things. I can handle the rock, and that thing was on the string. I don't know how. I don't know how. All right, because I didn't do none of this skill stuff that these kids be doing now. 18 balls dribbling at one time. Now, when they do that, that's a skill. All right, when they can dribble 4 or 5 of them, that's a skill. but it takes a talent to be able to handle that thing and get some pressure between your legs and to be able to think about something else while you still handling a rock. So I'm gonna say it's a talent.
Okay. Coach Fowler.
Good, Kenny.
I'm going talent,
Okay.
and that's my answer. Okay. and I'm going to use this analogy. I think about Isaiah Thomas with the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't going to camps and had a dribble and a skill coach. He just was doing it, man. He's doing it on the blacktop in Chicago. Those guys, it's a talent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when I teach my kids right now, if you watch me with one ball, I can show them whatever. That thing is on a rope.
Right.
Put 2 balls in my hand, I can't do it. I'll kick them, I'll drop them, and I can't do it. I cannot do it. No 2-ball here at Virginia Tech.
I had a guy when I was a high school boys coach. I had a guy that could do everything with in drills, man, just like a drill machine. 2 balls, 3 balls. He going through his legs, but he couldn't walk in a basketball game, right? So like, I feel you. I think that's a talent, man. Some people just got it on a string, man, and they don't know how. Like all of a sudden it's going behind their back. All of a sudden they going, like they just don't know how they're doing it. And of course you learn to do it over the years playing, but it just came to you. You know what I mean? So I agree. Last thing is the 3-ball. It's something that I know you love it, Coach Fowler. I know you love it, Coach Brooks. How you feel about the 3-ball, Coach Robinson? What you think? Skill or talent?
Look, man, I wasn't a damn shooter in college, so it's definitely. I think it's a little bit of both, man.
Okay. You gonna play both sides of the fence? I got you.
Yeah.
Coach Brooks.
I definitely think it's a talent.
Mm.
I think it's a talent because some people, when you turn them lights on, they can make all the shots in the world. You put them on that gun, bang, 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 bang. That's skill. You put them out the game. You put some people in the stands. You turn that light on, and so them same people can't make that same shot.
No question.
The ones who can, they the shot makers.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I tell my kids, those are the ones who have talent. Those are the ones in the game that can knock that 3 down in a game situation under pressure. That's a talent. And I tell my kids all the time, I don't want no shooters. I say I want makers. Yeah, I want makers. I don't want no shooters. I want some makers. Yeah. And so I definitely think it's a talent to be able to knock that thing down when you turn them lights on.
So we got a group. We break our groups up. We got our post players. We call them goons. Our point guards. We call them floor generals or PGs. And then our wing score slashers. We call them bucket getters. And the bucket getters were in workouts the other day, and they was like not getting any buckets. So I said we're gonna change y'all name to the shot takers because y'all not getting any buckets right now. Y'all need to get in the gym. So Coach Fowler, talk to us about that 3-ball.
Man, I'm gonna say it's a talent
because
we got a kid, Savannah Jones, 6'1" wing player. She just roll out of bed and shoot. Just can do it. We played Texas State this year. She is back-to-back 4-point plays, to win. Just like Coach Brooks saying, make the shot when it has to be done under pressure. But I will say this. She's late for camp one day, and we got a star shooting drill. She's late. You can see the sleep in her eyes, shoes hardly tied up. Hey, Savannah, come here and do this drill. It just goes out, knocks down. Men shoot 13 threes in a minute from all this. Just rolled out of bed.
Wow.
Just a talent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, guys, that was. I think we got to get another game, man, because everybody was in between. But at the same time, a lot of those skills or talents, go hand in hand. So
absolutely.
I definitely appreciate you guys for your time tonight. This was dope again, and we definitely gonna do this more and more often, man. And I appreciate you, Coach Fowler, for getting on with us. I know this might be a little late for you, boss.
No, I'm good.
All right, we're good.
I'm good. Hey, but now when you first sent that text message, I was thinking you was like 9 o'clock. We starting. Wait a minute, not That's Eastern time or what? You guys gonna be up at 10. That means you guys gonna be up at 10 now. You know.
Right.
I was glad to see that clarification of 8 o'clock, but yeah, for me.
Well, good.
But I'm gonna watch this Clipper Laker game, man.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Coach Brooks, Coach Robinson, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for
All
coming
day,
on.
man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all be good, man. If you need anything, let us know.
No doubt. Take care, gentlemen.
Relentless, don't wanna test us. We ball hard, wanna